Hello and welcome back to your Puerto Rico home matchmakers. And we are here again to just talk a little bit about living in Puerto Rico and what great things there are here as we explore, as we look and see what life is like right here in Puerto Rico. So we wanted to share a little bit about things to do here for children, right? If you have grandkids, if you have kids, the many activities that children can have here, things that we found, even for my granddaughter here. So those types of things that I feel that we should all really get to know a little bit more about as you decide to possibly move back to the island, and what it's like here, like schools, homeschooling, is there English schools, is, you know, all that great stuff. So I'm gonna let Jeff share a little bit about the some of the activities that our granddaughter is now doing here.
Yeah, well, one of the main concerns that all parents have now, especially nowadays, is that our children don't socialize. They're all locked up in with a computer in a room and they don't talk to anybody. Well, the one most pleasant thing that we've come across is there's equestrian clubs out here, and best price of all is that they're free.
Yes.
They are absolutely free. They're sponsored by each municipality independently, and it gives the children something better to do, better with their time and family time, because we enjoyed just going there and just participating and watching her. But not only her, we were watching all of the other children. They were children from the ages of three, four, all the way up, ranging up to like 16, 17, 18-year-olds. And also adults can participate in these programs. So it's not just children. Yes, it's a good thing to get the children involved. A, it gets them out of the home. B, it gets them away from the computers. But more importantly, it gives time for family time.
Yes.
Because at that point, there is no computer, there is no phone. It's just the horse, the rider, and the instructor.
Yes.
And it's time that, that the kids spend with the family. Yeah. And I think that has no price.
Yeah, no, and I agree because one of the beautiful things is, it is a family activity, so it gets the family involved, it gets them off their phones. And again, there's so many activities here that are offered through the municipalities and different towns for the children, activities. This happened to be in Fajardo, Puerto Rico. And again, they have basketball, they have, a running court, so you can run. I mean, they have all these activities in this big community center, and it's just amazing what the towns are doing here for the children. Not only that, schools, right? Because I think that's one of the things that most parents or people think of when they're moving back to Puerto Rico, if they have children or grandchildren, is where, are the schools. Obviously, if our kids grow up in, for instance, myself, right, and my grandkids, they grew up in the US. And so they speak mostly English. They barely speak any Spanish. And so that was one of the concerns with my kids when they moved here, that my grandchildren would be, stuck maybe in a school that they might not understand. But no, all the schools here offer English classes. There are specifically English schools. There's homeschooling. There's so many ways of things that you can do here. I know that when we first moved here, we actually happened to go to Luquillo Beach, and there was just a group of kids, right?
There were like 20 kids.
Yeah, like 20 kids just there on the beach. And, I got really curious. And so I went up to some of the ladies that were there with the kids. And I said, is this like an activity, a school? What is this? And she said, no, these are all our children. They're homeschooled. And We bring them out once a week to the beach so that they can mingle with other kids, but they're pretty much homeschooled. But even my granddaughter now, she's, she loves to go to school because she likes to participate and she likes to be around other kids.
Yes.
So this particular school, not only is it a Christian school, but it also offers the flexibility of either doing homeschooling or having the kids go to school. It is English, but they are teaching them Spanish. They're teaching them about God. So it is a great thing, and that's also in Luquillo actually, but they are moving to Fajardo. So again, there's so many opportunities here for children to grow up in a healthier, more just the environment, more family time. And I love it because we all are involved, right? When they take my granddaughter for the horseback riding, they we all get to go and watch her ride and be excited about it. And again, we share stories and we're sitting there and we're having conversations while she's riding the horse. So it creates that bond again that is lost right now because of kids being on their phones all the time and on their tablets, and just putting them in these activities, dancing, all these things that keeps them away from the phone and away from so much social media and all this other stuff, right? And it's just healthier. I think it's amazing.
I absolutely agree. I have to concur with that because the one thing that Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans in general have always been known for is community. And you saw it unfortunately during the time of the hurricanes, how the community, though they went through a lot of loss, both life and physical, homes were lost, they always managed to get that bond. The community was always there. And when we went to see our grandchild, we saw the exact same thing. We saw grandparents with their grandchildren walking, obviously not running, but they were walking around the track. They had a section over there where they were playing basketball, another section playing volleyball. Families. I'm not talking one individual. I'm talking families. They were all out there. And it brought a lot of pride, again, to me at least, to see that, because we living in the diaspora, we tend to lose that because we need to keep going with the hustle bustle. Here, island life, island time, so everything slows down.
I mean, and the great thing is,
the good thing about it is that.
And the classes are up to like 9 o'clock at night. So even if you work full time, you still have time to take your child to the horseback riding lessons, and and she's so excited about possibly competition, and it's a great thing again to motivate the children. But that's one of the great things I think that we needed to touch on, I think, is that when you're planning to move here, I know as a parent or a grandparent, you're always going to have that schooling. that concern about schooling, activities. Are they going to adapt? And let me tell you, my granddaughter speaks nothing in Spanish. She understands it. You can speak to her and she'll understand certain things, not everything. But she's adapting so well here, so well that, the parents were like very surprised how quickly she's adapted. She's made friends.
But not only her, it's our grandson too.
Yeah, our grandson too, exactly. He's 19 and he loves it here. And we thought him, of all people, he would probably be like, no, I want to stay in Miami, right? With the lifestyle of Miami. But he came here on vacation. He fell in love with Puerto Rico, and he says, I'm in. And he's been loving it. And, he's starting his own business here. It's really exciting to know that there's so much more here than most people think. And even the people that left, right? The people that left for one reason or the other, right? A lot of people left Puerto Rico for jobs. A lot of people left Puerto Rico when they lost their homes with Maria. There's a lot of reasons, but most people stay in the U.S. for a while, and then they always want to return back. So if that's one of you, you definitely need to come back.
Well, I want to touch a little bit on that because Puerto Rico, the pay may not compare to stateside. That's obvious. But because of that big influx of Puerto Ricans in the diaspora coming back, there are a lot of opportunities for, working remotely.
Yes.
And in having that flexibility, it offers the children that same community, because now they're coming into contact constantly. Our granddaughter,
Yes.
wherever we go with our granddaughter or wherever her parents take her, there's always a child that speaks English.
Yes.
So it is absolutely doable bringing your children over here.
Absolutely.
And the community is, again, the community, when we're saying community, we're not just speaking community where you live, it's the community of speaking English, the community of being able to work remotely, the community of being able to just gather outside. Look, when we found the kids that were in the beach,
Yes.
we heard them clearly speaking all very good English.
Yeah, they were all
that's what,
speaking it,
that's
and
what
that's
got
what
us
curious.
into
Yeah.
So I mean, the opportunity is here, and I know a lot of parents with young children specifically are very apprehensive about coming to Puerto Rico. I would tell you, do not be afraid of that.
Absolutely.
And just, if you're really looking to come back, we're here to help you no matter what, because we know the
and
importance of that.
Kids adapt.
Oh, yes.
We think that children don't adapt, but children adapt faster than we do. The other thing that is great right now is that there's so many more job opportunities here, because obviously they just opened up an Amazon in Bayamón, right? So now we're having an actual Amazon center here. The naval naval bases
are opening up. The air bases are opening up again.
Yeah. So all these things that are happening right now in Puerto Rico, that's creating jobs, more jobs. Again, creating some remote jobs. There's a lot of influencers moving here. So there's so much, plus all the tax benefits that Puerto Rico has, which we haven't even touched on, and maybe we'll do that on our next episode. How, the tax benefits of living here are just amazing. We have a ton of tax breaks for whether you're an investor trying to rent properties. If you're opening up your own business, there's just so many things here available.
Absolutely.
That people really, should not worry about, finding a job, or, if they need to relocate and bring their remote job with them. It's a lot of movement here. So we just wanted to share that if you have children, if you have grandchildren, don't think that they're not going to adapt here, and that there's no opportunities here for them to get out of the house and not be stuck in the house on a computer or on their tablet or on their phone all day, and get bored, right? Because we don't want them to get bored either. So there's so many activities here for children, and so many opportunities for them, that I really think it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
I think the biggest influx that we've come across is the mere fact that so many children are here being homeschooled in English.
Yes.
And it just makes the transition for them so
much easier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But even if you don't want to homeschool, because there's some parents that don't like to homeschool, right? You don't want to go through that.
But they offer the flexibility of being able in
exactly.
school.
And the great thing about this particular school where my granddaughter is in is that it allows for how many days she wants to go to school. So you can pick, in school 2 days, at home 3 days, or 3 days in school, 2 days at home. So you have flexibility, or just go full time all week. So there's flexibility. So it's great, because if you decide to go on vacation, hey, I'm just gonna take her with me. She's homeschooling this week while we're on vacation, and it's okay. And it's just a really great way to live. So we just wanted to share that, and I hope that you remember that we are Key to Key Group.
Yes.
If you're planning to possibly move here, we can definitely help you with that move, as we are real estate agents here in Puerto Rico, but we're also people who live here and moved here from the U.S., so we know what it's going to be like and what the experience is, and we're just here to walk you through the experiences that we're having as we live here, and we commune with everyone here.
Yep.
And so I hope that helps you, that this video helps you, and if it does, make sure you share it with someone. Make sure you like it. You can comment on it if you have any questions regarding real estate here, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching the Puerto Rico Home Matchmakers, and we'll see you on our next episode of Key to Key Group's journey here with the Puerto Rico Home Matchmakers. We'll see you next time.